How about now? What is the latency here? What is going on? Learning curve. Good, good. Okay. Back to, I have to go back and repeat everything I was saying. Thank you guys for tuning in. This is probably one of the first successful live streams I've actually had. And what I wanted to do today is talk to you guys about the channel that has been growing thanks to you guys out there. A lot of familiar names, Retired Tech, Skewed 3D. Always giving good feedback and always leaving some good comments out there, and I love to learn more. Let's see, no audio here, John. There it is. Okay, as you're typing it, it comes in. Yeah, and no annoying robo voice in the background. It's worth $10, I think. So, what I wanted to talk to you guys about is the 3,000 milestone is approaching. I think I'm not even thinking my highest subscriber count I ever had back in like 2012, 2013. I even had 3,000, and so as someone mentioned earlier, I think that it's time that I do give back, where we give away a 3D printer. Someone's show it. Go ahead and show a skewed view. It is a skewed view, actually. Very good. And so that 3,000 milestone is approaching, and I do want to give away a 3D printer. This TronXY, as we have come to know it in our community, is a great little machine, and I have a lot of... Yeah, thank you for the comment there. The base, the idler, tensioners, the belt, all the little accessories for the giveaway. I will order the kit for the 3K subscriber giveaway, and I'll print out all the extra pieces that I've printed on my machine and added to it to make it even a little bit better. So it's interesting how a $125 machine, you know, recommended. I think I got this recommended based off of, man, everybody was doing it at the time. I want to say Press Reset was the person I finally made the decision off of his review, because he just seems so genuine and serious about how it's open source and you can just add accessories, add a 2040 extrusions and just make it a bit bigger, and he's just like really impressed with it. And meanwhile, in the background, he has like $2,000, $3,000 machines just sitting on the bench, just collecting dust, and even mentions on that. It just seemed very interesting to me that he was impressed with a tiny little Chinese kit, and it is a great entry level 3D printer. And it's kind of ironic that I have a Printrbot, which was $1,200, dual extruder, collecting dust in the storage unit. I have a Cossel Clear from Blue Eagle Labs that I got off of Kickstarter. I think that one was like $400, $500. And then my first Reprap, man, that probably, building those Repraps cost me easily $3,000 just to like get my arms around. I needed tools, I needed supplies, I needed to buy parts, like the Reprap actual printed parts, and I got my first set from a freaking shark. I tell you what, they were called Bot Mill, and that should have been my first sign that I shouldn't have bought from them, because anything with mill in it is probably a bad sign, like puppy mill. So I had to buy new parts, and I got them from, at the time, which was a pretty good rep wrapper, Neil, and it was the pink Prusa. And if you go back and through my videos, you can actually see the pink Prusa, which was the first thing I even got running. And it's one of my favorite videos because you can see me trying to pry up one of my first prints of a bottle opener, and my steps were so off that you could see every extrusion line. It was not good. But that was the first print I had. That's my most famous video. It was just so interesting to see how the community, you know, at that time was so new to it. Nobody even knew what a home-built 3D printer was. I was using threaded rod from Home Depot and trying to find, you know, places to buy 3D printed parts. So I do want to give back, and if you're just coming into the 3D printing community, oh God, those wings are coming up. If you're just getting into the 3D printing community, or you've been in it for a while like me, The TronXY is actually a really nice machine. It just works once you get it up and running. So Retired Tech, you got the mono price version 2. There are so many different types of 3D printers out there right now. And when someone's like, hey, can you make a recommendation on a 3D printer? I'm like, I don't know. There's so much you can't even keep up. Look at 3D Printing Nerd, Joel Telling. He had a video recently. Okay, it's almost like it's about to connect. Just waiting on it to connect. Here we go. All right, it's not Wi-Fi. I'm on landline, so I don't know why it's taking so long to even connect. It's like I'm getting like 100 megs upload or download and like 50 upload. So I'm still learning this tech. So give me a break there. Okay. Looks like I got some normal people in there, some of the returning people. Let's talk about the TronXY. It will be the printer I give away. I will be doing a giveaway at 3,000 subs. And so make sure you turn on the alert bell, because I might have like a time thing where if you actually view the video first, you get first kind of dibs or something like that. So just turn the bell on, that way you get more notifications. I did have a lavalier mic. I don't know if you guys noticed. I started we were on a lavalier mic from Fry's. It was like 20 bucks, and the battery, when it died so fast that it just started sounding like crap all the time. So my last video, I had filmed over 3 weeks. I had done the intro, I had done the print, I had done the install, the mod, and then did an outro. And you can't tell when you're recording that the sound sounds like crap. And you think you get a good take, and then you go to edit it, and your PC is so slow. I thought I built a pretty good PC, but it runs games at high quality, and now it doesn't. So I might have to look at my specs and look at upgrading my graphics card and all that kind of stuff. So no, Ron, you are definitely not normal, buddy. Okay, Skewed, what do you got? What's your 3D printer? I want everyone to sound off their 3D printers that they have. I got a TronXY X1, I got a CR10, Printrbot dual metal, out of commission right now. I got, let's see, a Delta that kind of works, needs a new extruder. I've got a Reprap Pro Mendel from Reprap Pro, the actual people that created Reprap, that pushed this whole 3D printer movement forward. Let's see what else we have. CR10S, Wenhao i3 with Makergear 1.5 replacement motherboard. Someone's got a TronXY fanboy. Ron, your TronXY fanboy, I like it. It just seems to work. They just took some really simple principles and put them all together, and it just works, which is good. And you get more than you pay for, honestly, with the Tron brand. I don't know what they're doing. I mean, obviously in China they can build things a lot cheaper than we can out here in the US. Just look at like Printrbot versus what you can buy from what's it called, Gearbest. And I know Gearbest has been blowing up everyone, and they're active, and that's good for them. TiVo Tornado, I've seen that out there. Oh, that Prusa Mark III. Oh God, that looks so sweet. And you know, if I didn't care about instant gratification, yeah, because it's like a 6-month back order for that Prusa, but it's got some great tech in it. And Prusa was actually the first 3D printer I got running when it was a Reprap, and it was a Prusa Mendel. And this Czech guy just comes out and he takes Adrian Boyer's Sells-Mendel, which was so complicated, had so much hardware. I think it weighed like 30 pounds by itself in just hardware. I still have the parts for it, and it's almost like the Model T of 3D printers. It used little tiny bearings, 3 bearings to knuckle around. It would have like 3 bearings to knuckle around a smooth rod. It was so fun. Just check out our channel for some videos. You know, it's nice to have a little printer farm. Put some videos up. Let's see your printer farms out there. I got a printer at the local Makerspace library at my work. They have one, and they actually have, what is it, 2? They have the oh God, what's the green one? That little, I'm blanking out now. What's it called? What's that one that's branded as like neon green? What is it called? It's got the Taz. Lulzbot. The Lulzbot, which I always thought was like a knockoff name. I didn't think they'd be sticking around long enough to actually have some brand recognition nowadays, but they absolutely still do. Alright, Ron, what do you got? You got the TronXY 406 for 2 3D printers. A little one and a big one. That's awesome. So, are you guys familiar with the Make magazine test prints, the ones that they did to actually test out all their 3D printers? So check this out. Let's see if we can get that to focus. Probably not. You just have to take my word for it. Okay. Oh, there we go. You can kind of see the lines there. So I did all of these together at the same time on the TronXY. And you can see, let's see if we can get that in there. Focus, bro. I need to add a second camera to this setup. But they all look really good. Trust me, they all look really good. One of the ones I was most impressed with was the overhang test. You can see the overhang test, and it shows you right about there. That's where it stopped being, you know, really great quality, which is at 45. So 45 degrees, it was really good. At 60 degrees, it fell off. So it's just slightly degraded, but it does show you can push your printer a little bit further. All right, and the tolerance test is one of the most important tests because until you know what your tolerances are, you can't print in place parts. And so the way this print works is that you just print it, and whatever ones are movable, kind of like the what's his name? Maker's Muse. Angus with Maker's Muse, he has a brand new tolerance test. So they all came out loose, and you can see on the side there, except for the 0.02 or 0.2, it broke free after a little bit of working. So it goes to show you that what you can print in place. So this little machine is just as good, if not better, than some of my older printers, like the Printrbot. Definitely better than the Prusa Repraps. It just works. So I do like it, but it is time to move on to something else. I will get my other 3D printers up and running, and that's all I want to do right now. Still working on the clock. I got the frame here. Yeah, he put up his old one. I actually bought the old one, and I just never used it. He's got a great business model there, and I am thinking about doing a Patreon, but I don't even feel like I'm worth paying for at this rate. I don't even think it's worth, like, no one's going to come around like, hey, you make amateur-ass videos about 3D printing, let me give you $1. I don't think it's going to work. I'll put it up, but you see the other creators out there, they're doing a hell of a great job, and there's only so many people that can afford to pay a creator. So I'll just open it for $1, and then whatever I make, I'll do like Angus does. And I'm starting to learn Fusion 360. I'm on day 28 of the free trial, and my goal is to work on it like an hour or two every day, and so I can follow some tutorials and see if it's worth learning. I tried learning from, was it Angus? Yeah. I tried learning from Angus about how to make something on Fusion 360, and he lost me in about 5 seconds. He started, they're not annotating what clicks they're using, so if you use the middle button, left, right, C, whatever shortcuts he's using, some people are just so close to their problem that they know everything about it. It's all inside their head. And I see this as a jet mechanic too. You think that everyone's on your level, and they're not. And as a teacher, I was a teacher for jet aviation on engines. You need to learn how to step back from the problem and see it through the eyes of someone that's new. So I started with just the basic tutorial through Fusion 360. I got to like step 5 right now, learn how to import stuff. Did you guys know Make Anything did a video where he actually imported something from Master Car's website. It was like a gear or something. He didn't want to have to make it from scratch. So he actually went to McMaster Car, and they have a little CAD button. You can download and actually 3D print stuff straight from McMaster Car. So you don't have to, you don't have to create everything from scratch. Let's see what we got here. Dean Jones, maybe you should sell the channel as for newcomers who can learn alongside you. Many experts forget what it's like being new to a thing, so you can be that guy to bring them up to the ground. That's exactly right on the mark. That's how I started this channel. I started at this channel as a person that had zero content, zero interest, well, and lots of interest, but zero experience with 3D printers. And I was so interested in it. Oh my God, Hackaday. This is my story. Hackaday, I actually saw the 30 days of Christmas on Hackaday back in 2012, and they were talking about how you can make your own 3D printer from a Makerbot. And welcome back. Go back and watch what I'm about to talk about. So I saw the article on Hackaday about how to print your 3D printer off of a Makerbot, the Cupcake, the little tiny one where the bed moved around and the nozzle stays still. And I was so interested. I was like, what the hell? You're telling me there's 3D printers that can print 3D printers. I was so interested into it. I was like, man, this is great. For about 40 days, I followed, 3D printing Reprap. I was like, oh, this is amazing. I can't believe, I was like, you can get into this for almost nothing. All you need is like some hardware. The instructions are listed on reprap.org. And I just dug into it. I was so excited. And that's when I bought my first camcorder, which was HD at 720, and I was just like, okay, I'm gonna try to do this. So my plan was, I didn't have enough money to buy. At that time, kits were like $1,000 for a Reprap kit. It was so bad, and I got into it as a Kickstarter, and it was actually successful. My deal was that you pay me $100. Or whatever the kit was at the time, and I'll send you various levels of a Reprap kit. But I had that monkey on my back for 6 months, like how to learn how to 3D print. I got the money from Kickstarter. I ordered some parts from a crappy website, a 3D printing website called BotMill. They've long been gone. Actually, they were bought out by 3D Systems, and the parts were injection molded from 3D printed parts from China. I was like, what in the hell? So I had a long legal process with them, and then I just ordered some new parts from a Reprap guy in the internet relay chat, RClifeOn. And then we got them all. I got them in, and you can see in my videos, just look back to my videos, I got day one Reprap day one. And I got all the parts in, and I learned one step at a time how to build a 3D printer. I had to learn how to square things. I had zero tools related to 3D printing. Luckily for me at the time, I was living right across from the Sears, so I could just walk down to Sears and pick up a level or nuts, bolts, whatever I really needed right then and there. And so that began my obsession with 3D printing. I'm sure many of you can understand how it feels when you get your head around something around 3D printing. So I had the pressure on me. I didn't know anything about electronics. I just really liked the idea of 3D printing, and so I got into it. And real quick, Sans Killer, can you 3D print a Mario? Probably, but I think if you gotta be careful, copyrights out there. So back to the story. So I had a pink Prusa. You can see the playlist, and it was so awesome. It was fun learning, and I remember sitting at I had a table from IKEA, and it was the kind of fold out, and I folded up one side, and I had my workbench there, and I worked on all of the stuff there, right next to the TV stand. And I remember sitting at the table when they talked about how, I think it was in May 2013, 14, they said that they got Osama bin Laden, and that's where I remember being when they said they found and killed Osama bin Laden. I was sitting at my bench. I was sitting at my workbench, working on a 3D printer when I found out Osama bin Laden had been killed, which was important for me because I'm in the military, and I just came off a deployment, or I was about to go back onto a deployment. So it was always interesting. All right, Luke. Hey, I want to start a YouTube channel. I just need a few tips on how to get started. Maybe some inspiration or something. Luke, honestly, lots of people in the last few weeks have talked to me about starting a YouTube channel, and my #1 tip is just start. Just bust out the camera and start. You know, just break that seal, and you'll find your. I still haven't found mine yet because there's so many people doing it better than me. Just be passionate about whatever it is you're doing, and you will find a following. People will come and find you. So just start, Luke. I got a life cam here. I had a, what was it? What's the other kind of camera that most people use? Logitech. Logitech webcam served me well for freaking 7-8 years. I still use the same damn camera. You just get a camera and document something. I've never been the scripted type. I've tried the scripted thing. It's just, it doesn't feel natural for me. And you know, in my hiatus from between 2014 to 2017, a lot of great YouTubers came in and they started making really good quality videos, very interesting, lots of good content. So just start and talk about something you're passionate about and try to put it in a format other people can understand. I've noticed, okay, tell me if you guys agree with this. There are a few different types of 3D printer channels out there in the world. You have the professional, like not Geotory John, definitely not professional. You got 3D printing nerd, 3D printing professor. You got Maker's Muse, Make Anything. Name off the other ones in the comments. I want to see what other channels you guys are watching. I try to keep a close eye on that. Those are like top tier. They're making some sort of living off of 3D printing videos and YouTube. And they're good at it, and they're appeal to a mass audience. That's your top tier. Now in your lower tier, you just have people filming a 3D print for like 30 seconds with no audio, no context. The video's name is 3D print. And that's all it says. And those people are the ones I didn't want to start off as. I didn't know that existed. I just wanted to explain to people what they were looking at when I was 3D printing stuff. So I like to give updates. That's what I like to do. I like to have a project that has updates with tangible goals. Like I am building the 3D printer's frame. I got the electronics built. I am learning how to extrude. I'm learning how to set it up to my PC. I'm tweaking the Z steps, the XY steps, the Z, all the other steps. Tom Sandler said Landler. Tom's guy. Tom's a great guy. I really think he's genuine. I think he's trying to reach out too. He sees RClifeOn doing like the vlog style 3D print videos, and he tried it on his last one, and it worked out really good for him. I really like his videos. I've learned a lot. Who else? Chuck. I don't know anything about Chuck. Thanks. By the way, I love your channel, dude. Thanks for your service. Appreciate it. I know Skewed View 3D you have your own videos. Ron, you have your own videos. Sans Killer. So, and then in the middle, you just have people that like live stream their videos. So you have top tier paid YouTubers that are sponsored, low tier people that are just putting up videos to show the world that they have a 3D print, and then you have mid tier people that are like just broadcasting for their own services. That's all the only reason they're doing it, so that they can watch their own 3D prints from far away. And then, yeah, RClifeOn's one of my favorites. And then on top of, somewhere I'd like to say in between the middle of those two, like I would be between top tier and then right there above streamers that just stream their 3D printers. Now, this doesn't mean my content is that good, but I do like to put it in a format where people can learn from my mistakes, and I think that's where my niche is. A lot of mistakes done out there. Chuck Hellebrek. Let me spell it right. Chuck Hellebrek. Let's take a look. I'm gonna find that guy. All right, YouTube. Buick. Chuck Hellebuick. Chep, C-H-E-P. Okay. I thought this was a company. I didn't realize that this guy was his own like video channel. Yeah, cool. I'll add him. I'm actually subscribed, but he's got a branded channel. Yeah, looks good. Actually, you'd be surprised, Ron. A lot of people want to learn from experience. You probably have a different background in 3D printing, and you bring that experience to a YouTube channel. You actually can help out a lot. You see channels like DIY 3D Tech. Is that how it goes? DIY 3D Tech. DIY, yeah, DIY3DTech.com. That's the name of his channel. Interesting. I didn't know you could do .coms in your channel. He seems to be all about creating a channel about how to test, diagnose, improve your 3D printers, which is good, but then at what point do you actually start doing something with your 3D printer? And that's the next part of the YouTube equation, is transitioning from I have a 3D printer and I need to get it working, document every single part of it. Now you're talking about, okay, well, what is 3D printing good for? We are using YouTube to get our name out, as we are a father and son startup business from our house on the side, living long. Yeah, that's awesome. So keep it going. I know that it'll be organic. That's the best way to do it. And just have a brand idea. Hi, Rando Mod. Hi, how's it going? I think that just sent an alert to my phone. How's it going? Rando Mod, if you got a 3D printer, sound off what you got. CNC manufacturing. See, I don't think 3D printing alone should be decided as like, this is what you need to have as a 3D printer. Like, it should be part of the workshop. And I feel kind of limited with just having the one 3D printer. I want to get a laser cutter. I want to get a CNC. And there is a makerspace in my actual area, so I think I'm going to be getting a membership to that makerspace, because I do have a lot of projects. I do want to do the filament maker. You guys saw the Fillustrator that I have. Got the TronXY. What kind of upgrades you got, Rando? I want to know about the upgrades. You have all the upgrades I got here? You got something better. So, where was I? Oh, yeah, your background in CNC, Ron, use it, man. Talk about how it can be combined with other parts of 3D printing manufacturing, because you got this retractive manufacturing side down. Now you need to get the additive manufacturing side in there. Combine those two skills, and there is an audience for your skill set. I promise you. Just get out there and start making videos and documenting what you do. A lot of people have told me that they love my mistakes, and I think one of my biggest mistakes was learning to solder for the first time on a heated build plate that had no soldering already done on it. I think it was SMD soldering, and I had to learn how to do that, and I never used a soldering iron. My only experience with electricity is being electrocuted. So people love learning from your mistakes, so don't hide your mistakes. It makes you more relatable. Sean at Fujitech. What are we talking about, Ron, here? Ron, what do you mean, Sean at Fujitech 3D printing? Fujitech's good. I've seen their stuff. I'd love to get an SLA or DLP down the line. Yeah, I think that we're all heading down that way. HQ View. SLA is going to have to be the next step. You're going to see a lot more of that in wings and things are coming up. Yeah, the failures are in the way of your success. They will eventually peak out. But the SLA and the DLP, that is going to start. You're going to start seeing that a lot more in the YouTube realm. You're going to start to see a lot more metal printing, and powder printing is, I think, about a year away. You're going to start seeing metal 3D printers at the consumer level, and they're going to start showing up in your YouTube feed on your 3D printing nerd. Which, by the way, Joel just went full time, which is awesome for him. He just went full time. He's actually at a place where he can support his family, his wife, and I think he's got 2 kids, and he's making full-time living. He quit his job at Adobe to go do 3D printers full-time. So get over there and give him some support if you've ever learned anything from his videos. I remember watching his videos, and he put them out like midnight, and I was like, hey buddy, how you doing? I could just tell that guy was so beat ass tired because he would only shoot like after everybody else is asleep. So you follow those big YouTubers because they're going to be on the cutting edge of 3D printing technology. Lars Christensen for learning Fusion 360. Let's take a look. Got it. Okay. All right, Lars Christensen. Someone do a shout out at Lars Christensen. He's already got 43,000 subscribers, but I will be subscribing to his videos. For those of you just catching up, I'm actually learning how to do Fusion 360. I've given myself a time limit of 30 days to learn how to do designs on Fusion 360 by myself. What in the heck? So, out there in the world, I got 6 people watching. This is more than enough minds out there. My monitor, an AOC monitor, just keeps cutting out. Yeah, I think it's a power issue. It's plugged into a UPC, but not on the battery backup side, and it just cuts out randomly. I've had this monitor for about a year maybe, and it's just starting to cut out. So if you have any ideas what could cause a monitor to cut out, if it's the HDMI cable or if it's the screen itself, power, I might have to take it back. Just let me know as a side note. Let's see what else we got. Rando, I got the Z-Slider stabilizers, part of the cooling fan. I'm going to get some belt tensioners. Yes, for the belt tensioners. Oh boy, you just asked the right question. Okay, it's this one right here. Let me see if I can find it. If you like what I'm talking about, go to my Thingiverse profile. I'm looking it up right now. Go to my Thingiverse profile, and you can see, I think, some of the things I like. So let me put that in comments, and let me link you to my likes. Go to my likes and scroll down. Where are you at? 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 I try to like everything I use and put on the 3D printer. Let's see. TronXY. There it is. Okay, I think it's. I haven't done a video on this, and I like to give credit where credit is due for any parts I use. I actually tip all the people I help. I actually use. Yeah, the Feezy Foo ones. They look great. They do back off though. I don't know if that's because my printer doesn't print internal threads very well on the actual. They do back off a little bit, so you might want to. I think somebody has an adapter for the actual nut that rotates. That's a little bit wider, easier to grip. So use the Feezy Foo ones. They print out really slick. I have some black ones that I'm going to be giving away with my with the 3D printer. I'm going to be giving away at 3,000 subs. I'm going to be doing a contest for a TronXY X1. So make sure you have alerts turned on. I know I've been in and out, so if you already have one, then get another one. Who cares? Give it to a friend. You do your own giveaway once you get it. Ron Floyd, no upgrades yet. Still not assembled. I got interrupted by the chance of a lifetime for me. Going to Thailand for an extended trip. First time ever out of the U.S. in 72 years. Well, Ron, I wish I could know how that feels for you. I left the country at 19, and so I got to go to Thailand. It's great. I love Thailand. They got some beautiful statues. The people out there are just amazing. I hope you have a great time out there. Did you already go, or are you coming back right now? Did you already go out there, or are you back now? Let's see. Okay. So I will be uploading on my next video all the profiles, the G code, the plate for Fusion 360, not Fusion, but what's it called? Simplify 3D, the plate build file. I want to start giving you guys. Yeah, you did, Rando. I want to start giving you guys all the information I have that I collect so we can start doing a hive mind, and so we can all start making better prints together and start wasting this time. Yeah, Rando, you mentioned it this morning, and it's been on my mind for a while now, and I really do think it's time to do a 3D printer giveaway. The TronXY is a great machine. A lot of people have been responsive to it, and I think at 3,000 we'll do the TronXY. At the 4,000 mark, we're going to do a couple CR10s. I think that might be a good one. Going in a few weeks. Well, hopefully we hit the 3K mark before then, and then that way you can enter for the contest. I hope you have data over there, Ron, in Thailand. Got 6 people watching. That's cool. Let's see. What are some projects you guys got going on? I have the 3D printed clock that I'm printing a lot of the new parts for. It took me a while to realize that the designer of this 3D printed clock actually has 2 different models, 2 different assemblies of clock. He's got some upgrades, and he doesn't make a differentiation in that on his Thingiverse profile. He's got one that has like a simple build, and then another one that is more complicated but more efficient build. And he doesn't tell you that in the instructions. It just lists all these different parts. So I'm going to go through each part, and I'm actually going to teach you guys how to print this, because there's some parts that have some interesting properties, like the PLA spring. I want to go through, and if you have a TronXY X1, I will actually give you the G code for my machine. That way you can do it on your own, and you don't even mess around with it. They should all pretty much be built to the same spec, you know, so should be easy enough. Somebody mentioned way back, who was it? Somebody asked me earlier about how's the leveling on this thing. The leveling on it is fine. Something is causing, if you look at my bed, it's almost unnoticeable, but it sits a little bit cantilever like this. So it's trimmed equally to the print arm, but the bed is like tilted, and I don't know what's going on there. I think maybe the acrylic is bending. I tried someone's recommendation of tightening or loosening the bolts that hold the Z structure up, and it's really tight, and I don't know why it's like that, but it does make a great print. It doesn't seem to be off skew or anything like that. Let's see. I think, you know, NJ printing is on here. I want to talk about his videos. Okay, if you're not a subscriber of NJ Printing yet, get you over there. Subscribe to this guy. Okay, get over there. Young kid, he's starting to make some videos. Pretty much everybody's got better videos than me, better editing, tricks. Let's see. Hey, NJ Printing, how old are you, by the way? I always like, you know, highlighting young creators. And it looks like you got a JG. Is that a JG Aurora you have? Let's see. 3D Doodler. What are my thoughts about the 3D Doodler? You know, when I first saw the 3D Doodler, I'm like, this is a joke. You never need a 3D printing pen. This is an atrocity for 3D printing. And then I looked at someone building the flexible like cloth, and I realized there is a purpose for that welding tool. Yeah, I see it basically as a welding tool for larger 3D prints. So yes, I think the 3D Doodler, it would be a good investment. I'm going to borrow one from the local library. They let you check that stuff out. And there's a lot of things that, there's a lot of applications I can see for having a just single filament, easy to manipulate pen with the 3D Doodler. Let's see. Retired Tech, I made a hanger for the handle to go on the closed mini blinds. It took less than an hour to design. Not perfect, but it works fine. You know, it's really funny you mentioned that. Let's go to my Thingiverse profile. If you see my things, the things I've created, let's see, let's scroll down. One of the first things somebody asked me to make was, the cat keeps playing with the blinds. Can you do something about that? And I was like, okay, fine. So I got into, oh shoot. I got into SketchUp, and I was just learning how to 3D model, and I designed this. And that's my little dongle keeper is what I called it. And it just works. It slides onto the part and gives you a spot to put the little dongles in, and you can take it off and use it. And I still use one to this day, and it just works. See who else has made it. Oh, I made it. Nobody else has actually mentioned making them themselves. So, yeah, I'm right there with you, man. We already do that. People watch your videos. Let's see. We are 2 people, Noah and Josh. Noah in high school and Josh in middle school. You know, it's great that you guys are so young getting into 3D printing, because I think your mind is not locked into the traditional manufacturing mind yet, where we think about fasteners and welding and bolts. You can still think, you're still able to learn how to think in 3 dimensions, and that will enable us to have new projects, things that, you know, us old guys, we don't know how to think about yet because we're so locked into the old traditional manufacturing. And that's why I'm going to be teaching a class this summer on how to build a 3D printer to like middle schoolers and young high schoolers. So thank you for being a young creator and expand your mind. You guys are going to be great. Let's see. So thank you for watching. Yeah, Devin from Make Anything did the fabric video. That's exactly why I suggest getting a 3D pen. Matt at Inside of the Mind of Matt is a good watch, a small channel. Matt at Inside of the Mind. Okay. Matt at Inside of the Mind. Inside a Mind. Is it animation? Is that what you're talking about? Inside the Mind of Matt. Inside the Mind of Matt. Inside the Mind of Matt. Let's see. Well, he's got a great channel trailer right off the bat. Metal casting, 3D printing. Let's see. I don't have a channel trailer yet. I'm just too lazy to put one together. But Matt looks like a badass kind of guy. He doesn't. He's got the IKEA. Oh, I do have the IKEA lack system. I just picked it up. You can see I have the IKEA lack system now. You know, I was trying to fight it for a long time, but are you kidding me? $10, $7 now for the cheaper version for a shelving system. Yeah, I'm gonna buy that, and I'm probably gonna buy a lot more. But it looks like he's got that set up, so I'm gonna subscribe to Matt. Hey, Matt, somebody, can you do a shout out? I don't think. Can you do an at? Let's see. Robo Mod Build says, do you still have the Google Glass? I do have the Google Glass. I am just too embarrassed to wear it out in public. It has been ostracized from society. I had people getting in my face all the time. Are you recording me? Are you recording this conversation? Did you take a picture of my girl? No, man. I'm just here like checking out at Home Depot. I didn't record you. So I actually ended up designing like a little glass cover so that would cover the camera, but people still got my face. And then a lot of people, it just, the media and people, you know, just didn't like it. So it's still in a box. I probably will be using it for future videos because it's a great hands-free camera. And you can just boom, right there. But it doesn't have any more support, so it might not be the greatest stuff anymore. So yeah, I still have the Google Glass. Add a SKU for C, okay. This replaced an unobtainable broken part. Let's see. SKU 3D. You're in the same area as Matt. Fun King 3D. Fun King. Let's see if that's a real thing. Yeah, that's a real person, and he's doing better than me. God damn it. Father and son. Oh yeah, I've seen these guys. They're doing good. They're doing great stuff. But it looks like, I mean, this is what I'm talking about. I feel like these guys are they could be top tier 3D printer people, especially the son. Eventually, if he grows up in this culture, they already started off in you know, high level. Like, I'd hate to say it, but they have means, and not everyone out there that I've started a 3D printer channel for has the means. They're starting off like I did, no space, just interested and needs a 3D printer. So if you're still here and you haven't heard yet, I'm going to be doing a 3K giveaway. I'll be doing a TronXY X1, and I'll be 3D printing all the mods I've created and ship them out to you at the same time. So make sure you turn notifications on, and make sure you go into your personal settings in your channel. Go to your personal settings. I don't want to click away from my profile. So you want to click on your icon, go to settings, and go to change your account settings, and then allow yourself to be direct messaged on, let's see, notifications. Yeah, make sure you allow yourself to be contacted on YouTube, because it's the only way I'm going to be able to get a hold of you. You guys aren't in the same area. Skew 3D. I'm glad to see everybody's coming together. Wow, has it already been an hour since I started this? This is amazing. I never thought I could get. I never thought I could host a stream this long. I thought that, you know, who you see these comedians on YouTube or on TV, and now you have 8 people. It doesn't sound like a lot, but put 8 people in front of you, and you get kind of nervous. But it's been great talking to you guys. I really enjoy this kind of stuff. What other things are you interested in talking about while I still have your attention? "3D printing noob." I like, you know, who I really like is CNC Kitchen. So go check CNC Kitchen out. He's very successful already, but he seems to be on the cutting edge too of 3D printing tech. All right, 1 second. Okay. Oh. It's just Lyft telling me that I should get out and drive today. I don't think so. All right, so I made the print. What I want to challenge you guys to do is I made the Make Magazine print test prints. I'm going to go find it on Thingiverse. Test prints that they did for their shootout. I want to challenge each one of you to make your own. 1 print, 1 plate, 1 setting. The only time I did a different process was for support on the mushroom. The mushroom came out great, by the way. The support material. Let's see, Make Magazine. Where's that? Alright, I'll just do a Google search. Let's see. Anybody else out there talking? Let's see. Check to see if the MDI correctly, or if it's close to an AC power jack, which would cause interference. Yeah, I'll look into that monitor issue after the stream's closed. Gainesville Maker Fair next Saturday. Be setting up for next to Fun King 3D. Yeah, I'll look into that. You know, you think HDMI cables are going to work no matter what, but it's not always true. Okay, let's see. Let's see, where you at? Okay, I found the file. So I'm going to challenge you guys to make this file. Make all these things off this and then show your results. Tag me at Twitter at Mr. John Ecker, Mr. John Ecker, ECKER, or on Google Plus, or on my YouTube channel. Just add it to a link in my stuff. Do you praise me as your one and true savior? Let's see. No, Adrian Boyer is my one and true savior. He invented Reprap. Sorry, Jesus Christ. Let's see. I'm watching to learn everything I can, and then I'll drive in that first one. What's a good mod to put on a 3D printer? You know, it really just depends on the 3D printer and what it already comes with in J printing. Because, like, the TronXY doesn't have a part cooling fan, put one on. You basically put mods on that will improve your 3D printer's weakest areas. So the best mod is the one that improves the biggest weakness of your 3D printer. If you see a lot of disconnected perimeters from infill, you need to tighten your belts. If you see a lot of overheating, like blobbing, you need to install a part cooling fan. So it's no easy answer to what's the best mod, what's a good mod. It's the one that improves the weakest area of your 3D printer overall. Let's see. Oh, you know, I got 8 people here that have been watching me for almost an hour now. I think I need to change the name of the channel. GeoDroid John was created when I didn't even know anything about 3D printing. I did it for geocaching. If anybody out there knows what geocaching is, congratulations. You're one of the like 1% people in the world that actually do it. And I think that I need to change the name of the channel. What names do you think I should try? It's a scary idea to change your channel name, because then people will come back after a month or two. They're like, who the heck's this guy? I don't remember subscribing to him. Unsubscribe. So I got a few names, and I'm cautious about throwing them out there because I don't want someone to scoop up my favorite idea. So what are some good naming ideas? I don't want to do something generic like 3D printing blank or blank 3D printing. I kind of want something that has my own name in it, because if I ever get to 10,000 subs and I get that Ruby play button, that would be really cool to actually have, you know, my own name in it somehow. So like Prusa 3D, maybe 3D Roid John, 3 Droid John, 3 Droid John. Name changes really, yeah, I know they do. That's why I'm scared about changing it. I was thinking like something like Ecker Tech 3D. My last name's Ecker, EC Ecker Tech 3D. There used to be an Ecker Tech 3D printer company, and they kind of went under. They were based out of Canada, but they made really great extruders, and they just went under. But the domain's abandoned now. But I'm worried that it's, you know, not going to be good. What else you guys got? We just got to lock down our, yeah. I think mine's locked down, and I don't know, there's something nice about having a name that has nothing to do with 3D printing, so the people that come to my channel actually are looking for me specifically, not because it says 3D in the title. There are so many 3D channels, like this is like Ace Cube View 3D, like he put that in there, that way everyone knows he's into 3D stuff. Let's see. So, yeah, I think that's about it. I'm going to pick something to print. What do you guys think I should print on my TronXY today? I don't like letting it sit for too long. So let's get some recommendations out there. What should I print on the TronXY? Give me a printer challenge. I gave you a printer challenge. I want a printer challenge back. Let's see. I'm gonna look. While you guys are looking at that, I'm gonna look through Thingiverse. I'm gonna see what we got. Okay, what's that? Is that a time? Oh, it's a playlist. I always go to the feature things first to see what's the most. Valentine's Day stuff is still out. Popular. It's what most people. Printer test. Nothing really exciting here. RClifeOn did that spherical lithophane with the world map. That looks so good. Looks so good. And that guy's got such a good eye for video editing. A fidget spinner? No. Stop it. 16 by 80. Stop. No. We're not doing that. If I change my name, it should be similar to what I file. That way everybody can see it. I'm not seeing your name anywhere on Thingiverse, buddy. Well, I'm not doing fidget spinners. It's just never gonna happen, people. Yeah, I'm gonna lower the quality. I'm gonna lower the quality a little bit just so that the bandwidth works a little bit better. No fidget spinners. I've never held a fidget spinner ever in my life. I'm never gonna do it. It's just no. Askew View 3D. Is it on Thingiverse? No, you're not on Thingiverse, man. You're on your mini factory? My mini factory? Here, I'll share your link for you, buddy. G code files tweaking my preference crashes to follow. All right, hey Rod, at least you're good at programming. Programming is one of my weakest areas. Dude, we're on Thingiverse and my mini factory. You're not on Thingiverse. If I can't find you, you're not on Thingiverse. I'm just copy and pasting your name in there. Oh, okay. It's not under your name. It says Shalom Jarbo. Yeah, your name isn't. It's like a title, but it's not. It's showing up as Shalom Jarbo in the search button. There he is, guys. Get a bunch of things. How's it print vases? I haven't done any vases on it, so that's a good question. Let's do a vase. I always, you know, I look at vases and I'm like, wow, that looks great. I never need a vase, ever. How many of us, I'm going to download a thing right now. I'll copy and paste it and put in the comments. I'm going to print this thing. So I'm going to download the file. Super easy. So easy. You know, this brings me to file management. How many of you actually have a filing system for your 3D prints where you keep everything in a specific file where it's actually like alphabeticalized or something like that? Let's see. Master library. I think I have it under household. Sculptures. I'll put it under sculptures. Paste. Okay. You know, I do have. Can I? Oh shit. I got the big ass plate of the clock in here. I'm going to delete all that. Okay. I'm going to upload a file right now so I can 3D print that vase. Where did I put sculptures? And make sure. Yep, it's under the TronXY. Okay. Oh shit. Well, no joke. Oh my god. Okay, it's way bigger than the built dimensions. So you got to go to edit, scale to maximum size, center. There's a big ass hole in it. Okay, edit process settings. I'm uploading the vase right now. Going to go into layer tab, single outline corkscrew printing mode, vase mode. And I'm going to lower the resolution down to 1.5 layers because it's a vase mode. Process settings. Top solid layers is going to be 0. Bottom solid layers is 3. That's good. Let's take a look at it. We'll overlay it all. Okay. Looks good. Okay. So I never did get an adapter so I can get to the back of the base easier. Let me slide this up. So one thing about this is that And I'm here. All right. All right, the 3D print has started. Ultra low, 30 frames per second. Have any of you actually streamed? Anybody else out there actually streamed? Because I would love to try to get some tips on how to do this better. You know, I'm losing monetization, you know, on the 20th. I'm not going to have any more monetization. There's this little button here. I'm going to run an ad real quick just see what happens. Keep on streaming. So if you get an ad, just bear with me. I barely run ads anymore. So there'll be other ways to raise